Welcome back. We're going on a really quick trip, just one night, but we wanted to bring you guys along, and this one's a special one because, as you've noticed, this is not the Sequoia. A lot of you guys have been asking that we take the Highlander out on a trip, so we're doing that. And this is going to be a bare essentials trip. We could build out the Highlander a little bit more than we have, but we want to keep it nice and clean and minimal, so this will be a nice, easygoing trip, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. Can you set us up in the sun? If I'm in the shade, I'm going to get too cold.
All right, here we go. Not ice cold like it usually is,
good.
But still good. Now our audience is probably wondering, why is the soda not ice cold? And the reason for that is because we don't have our fridge with us. In fact, we don't have a bunch of things we normally have with us, but that's okay. The point of this trip really is to get to know the Highlander a little bit more in this kind of setting, and I guess just enjoy the most simplistic form of car camping. You know, let's be real, our normal setup is pretty extravagant, and most people don't have most of the things that we have been blessed to have when we go camping. So yeah, we're stripping things down to basics to show you guys just how easy it still is to get out and have a good time and stay pretty comfortable. So the first step in camping comfortably with minimal equipment is to go during summer. So it's first week of June right now. Now at this kind of elevation, it'll still get a little bit cold, but you know, a decent sleeping bag, an extra blanket or two, and you'll be just fine. In terms of food, we don't have our refrigerator. We didn't even bring a cooler with us, so we just brought food that we made right before we left. We've got some chicken wraps, just bringing them with us in the car. And for breakfast, we just have some muffins that we bought at the grocery store. So there's no cooking on this trip. It's just us, the car, a tent, and nature.
Wow, that is so soft. That's part of it.
Someone called Steven. Turn up the music louder than thoughts inside our head. We're gonna go into a different direction. I need some sunshine and some oxygen. Don't let yourself get so far out. There's only shadows that fall down. Here's your sign. I can save you, just give me time.
Now, I know there's probably going to be a lot of you out there that want to know where we're at today, and this might sound a little bit selfish, but there's some places that you just need to keep to yourself. Where we're at specifically doesn't really get a lot of attention online. There's not a lot of information about it. I mean, I can say that it is National Forest land, and it's very close to where we live. You know, we're talking less than an hour drive, but it is, as you can see, very beautiful, and I think it's good to keep some places to yourself and not publicize them all over the internet. Because some places, if they already do a pretty good job of staying wild, why not keep them that way?
Disappoint me better than I can. I left the television playing all night. Maybe tomorrow I will finally.
I don't know about you, but I can feel the altitude up here.
Although I don't know if it's the altitude or if it's just that I'm wildly out of shape. Probably both.
Yeah, but it's easier to blame the altitude.
Yeah.
Even in a place like this, there's always somebody who's got to ruin it for everybody else. What do you think? Campsite with a view?
Oh, this might be one of our best actual campsites because there's good campsites near views, but it's actually kind of rare to get a campsite where you can see this from your tent.
Yeah.
And this is great.
It isn't the most dramatic view of all time, you know.
It's very peaceful.
It's not, it's not Grand Teton, but it
Not
is.
quite.
It's still really nice. Like, who's going to complain about this?
Tell me one more time how you used to sit outside on the front porch with no phone or television on. Tell me one more time how you used to fall in love with someone you met online. Man, does that sound nice? How you never felt the weight carried you away. Tell me one more time how the leaves were green and bright when you sat under the sky. What a pretty sight. Tell me one more time how you drank the oceans dry, why you let your children die for your appetite. How you never felt the weight that carried you away.
And here's our little comfy tent. It's nice and cozy in here. Plenty of space for our two little mattress pad things. And up there I put my little LED video light, which I've honestly used as a camping light more than I've used for actual video purposes, but it works great for either. And right now we're setting up Lakin's phone so we can watch an episode of Longmire tonight. We've only got like 2 episodes left. It's kind of sad. And we've got our Jackery for powering our devices, and if we need it, an electric blanket, but I'm kind of thinking we're not going to need it tonight. right, we've got our muffins ready to snack on in the car. We're gonna go ahead and get going. This is a weekday trip, so we have to get back early enough to get started on some work back home. I'm sure some people are curious to know what our first impressions of the Highlander are as an adventure camping vehicle.
Excellent. I think until you get to the level where you're gonna start building out a vehicle like we had the Sequoia, a Highlander is gonna be all you're ever gonna need. And honestly, you could build out a Highlander much more than we ever planned to.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like the perfect little weekend getaway car, you know? Great for maybe even, you know, just a car to get you to day hikes out in the forest, you know, plenty capable enough to go camping out in a place like this. Honestly, I can only think of maybe one or two places we've taken the Sequoia I wouldn't want to take the Highlander, and that could have easily been avoided. So yeah, capable little thing. I'm not sure I'd want to spend weeks living out of it, whereas the Sequoia you could pretty easily make that work, and I don't think it's a great choice for like a large family. But those things aside, I think it's perfect for two people like us wanting to get out for a night at a time. Honestly, the Sequoia might be overkill now, so I don't know. If you want the Sequoia, leave a bid below. Just kidding, we're not selling it. All right, let's get on the road. Wasn't really even stuck in there. I'm not sure why leave no trace seems to have suddenly become optional, so it's a cool arrow though. You know, sweetheart, I think this is time for a shameless plug. We have a new affiliate sponsor called geartrade.com. We've got a link for them in the description. It's a really cool website for selling and purchasing used outdoor equipment, and the nice thing about it is that it allows people to repurpose their gear to somebody else, and it keeps waste out of landfills, which is pretty cool. But it's also really nice just for the user experience too. There's lots of really good products on there, you know, high quality camping and hiking, snowboard, skiing gear, all sorts of stuff on there that can be had for a fraction of the price that you'd pay for it off the shelves of a place like REI. And also it's a great place to sell the stuff that you're no longer using anymore. So pretty interesting. I actually have seen some rooftop tents on there too. I know we're not exactly the biggest fans of rooftop tents anymore, but if you're interested in one, there's several on there with all sorts of other high quality tents too. So go check them out, geartrade.com. Make sure you use our link in the description. That is just how they know that we're doing our job correctly, and we really appreciate you using our affiliate links. All right, I think it's time to wrap up this adventure. It's been beautiful. Sweetheart, have you enjoyed it thoroughly?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's time to get on the road. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
If you're lonesome, I can be a friend.